We the Fans is the #1 sponsor in battle rap. My name is Frank White, and I probably contributed to some of your favorite battles. I mean, in the last 4 years, I donated $222,000 to battle rap for the culture. Check out We the Fans Global on Instagram for the full catalog of battles I sponsor. And follow We the Fans Global on YouTube to watch full battle breakdowns from a sponsor's perspective and a recommendation for what battles should be booked next. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe, and keep stepping into your greatness. We the Fans is for the culture.
We are here with one of the GOATs of the culture. If you don't know, now you know. Talk to the people, introduce yourself, and tell them what you do, because we definitely got to give you your flowers for your contribution to the culture.
Hey man, what it do, y'all niggas? Bro, big riot shit, big riot activities, man. You know what I'm saying? Newly member of hip hop is real. You know what I'm saying? #1 free agent behind the scenes, the best general manager in the game, if I must say so.
Let's go. Let's go. So we established your credentials is official. You know what I'm saying? You've done so much behind the scenes, and we appreciate you for that. First event I ever attended was the Riot. Had the time of my life. I love everything y'all do over there.
Appreciate you, family.
So we're going to start with battle rap pay-per-views. There's a lot going on around that right now. So we might as well start right there. What are your thoughts on battle rap pay-per-views?
Okay, so for me, it's a big conversation when we talk pay-per-views, right? Everybody's gonna have their stance on it. I've had conversations with Bees and gotten his point of view on it. I've been in the room with conversations with ARP and his thoughts on it. Multiple other smaller leagues. My thing with pay-per-views is this: the biggest thing is the world is moving into streaming. We all know that. Right. The biggest pay-per-view ticket draws that we all know has always been boxing, wrestling, UFC. That was it. You know what I mean? All of those different entities have all switched over into streaming. Our subculture of battle rap within this market of hip hop, this niche community, as big as it is globally with other brands and Red Bull sponsoring international leagues here, people like Diz going and battling overseas on international league. You look at some of these, they're streaming too, and some of them are using pay-per-views. Some of them are doing direct to consumer. So my whole thing with that is whatever works for your business model, I can't. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I don't have access to a streaming service right now, right? I would love to have one of these proposals that I have in my phone actually be picked up by a Netflix or Amazon Prime or Tubi. We have the business model there. There's ideas in place. There's things we can incorporate within battle rap to make it appealing to streaming services. Because let's not get it twisted. We can name our top 5 battlers out right now, and all of them, their personal viewership that they draw through social media and what their brand is, those numbers, those accumulate to some of the same numbers we see on scripted and non-scripted reality TV shows. Mm-hmm. Okay, so battle rap can live in a streaming space. You have URL; they've created their own streaming network. People can say what they want. That is a Black business. It is a Black-owned company. They have found a way to market and give their fan base their product in a way that makes sense for their business model.
100%.
You have somebody like ARP who has retired, right? Mm-hmm. And he's no longer providing for-profit events. He's not selling tickets. He's not selling pay-per-views. Whatever he's financially giving these artists to perform in these new settings, these private event, invite-only settings, and only dropping it on YouTube, if that makes sense for that man and his business model, and that's direct to consumer, he's not using pay-per-views. You know, you have iBattle TV. They have an app. They're providing their content to their fan base at whatever product point that they're giving, and it's working and it's sustaining because it's still there. They're still doing events. So to me, pay-per-views aren't necessarily dead. It's all about the the product you're giving to your fans and where they can access it, whether it's a pay-per-view, direct to consumer via YouTube streams. Build your YouTube fan base up. People have their members only, and for the content that they put up, put your event up and make people come buy it directly through your YouTube and get your check on the 23rd like everybody else.
Okay, so you could see a day where you battle rap is on like a Netflix or Amazon.
Yes,
or
very much so. They've already.
Why isn't it already that?
That conversation on the marketability factor behind this is what people don't understand. There is a business aspect to this, and unfortunately, us as a whole, we have to take accountability of all of us as a whole. From the battle rappers that make music to the fans that only support battles and say that this artist is their favorite battler, but that same artist makes music and they may not necessarily be a fan of their music, or they're not supporting it, or that artist is not as consistent. So we have to have a consistent draw here, and it can't be a one and done model. We have to have a layout, a pitch that makes sense for a seasonal based situation. Now, I don't want to. Me and you behind the scenes can talk about what that really looks like. You know what I mean? And you'll see it and understand it and be like, yeah, that makes perfect sense.
But
then
somebody
it comes
who's
down
not
to just shooting it and pitching it.
But then somebody who's not like a corporate entity, not familiar with the culture, would they still see the same value that I would see?
They have to see it physically. See, we can talk to them till we're blue in the face, but unless they see it, it's like anybody, any writer or person that's trying to put a movie or a script out there. They do, they go shoot their pilots and their this and their that, and they go show them what it looks like. All they see is just events. They don't understand how that translates into fans rewatching TV. We can tell them, it's 1 million views on YouTube, but how does that look weekly?
Yeah. That's real. Okay. So my next question to you, we're going to bounce around. It's a whole bunch of different questions I got for you, and I appreciate you being open upfront about each of these subjects. My next subject to you is when you're booking battles, right? And salute the incredible work that the Riot has done. Been a privilege to work with y'all. How do you select your matchups? How do you decide who to book?
Well, first of all, we're a collective, so there's no one man bigger than the program. Obviously, the owner, the CEO, the creator, the godfather behind the whole Riot's inception is my boy Kevin Parks. The Riot's been around 13, 15 years or so. He is I don't want to say he's the end all be all because he's very open-minded. But he really has his thumb on the pulse of the culture behind the scenes in a way that a lot of people don't understand. And that's because he's very private. KP is not outside in everybody's face.
All in the videos.
He's not one of those league owners who's trying to be all in the videos, all on the records, all on it's not about him. It's about the brand first. Free my brother Gotti. Gotti obviously came into this game with KP and transcended what today's artists can and supposed to look like. So his eyes on matchups and what he sees and his vision on certain things. Myself, I pay attention to everything. Twitter, Instagram, Discords, I'm everywhere. You know what I mean? I'm listening to the fans every day because at the end of the day, the fans matter the most.
100%.
Because without the fans buying the product, believing in the product, believing in the artist, believing in the brands and the events, none of this is anything. You know what I mean? So I argue a lot with my brothers behind the scenes about matchups all the time. So it all just comes down to the feel. And we shout out to my brother Mario, the Riot cultivators. Rest in peace to his mother, the matriarch behind the scenes of this Riot shit. You know what I mean? His vision for a deeper branding, and I'll let you get your shine in a second, son. I got you. My bad. My son, me and him just dropped the show. He's been coming to events, so he's over here like he's.
I love it.
I'll get you your little fit. I'll get you your little second, yo. But yeah, no. So when it comes down to the matchups, man, it's all about the feel of the event. Starting from the name and what we're trying to get accomplished as a unit, and what we're moving, and what the message is behind the event. Shout out to Doc Rowe, him and Gotti. You know what I'm saying? Before all these unfortunate events, him and Gotti had a vision for really paving the way and shining the light on the new guys. Everybody has the conversation behind the scenes or even on Twitter about there's no superstars, who's the next big star and all that. But then at the same time, we're not putting a whole card together with these young guys and letting them show us improve either, right? You may get a couple of them who are getting a look, always getting the bigger name, the top tier guy, which is not bad, but to me, that's also not always needed. I tell the young guys all the time, I want to see some dog fights with your class. I need to see what you're made of, because you can step in there with a top tier and win, and 9 times out of 10, it's going to get diluted regardless, because they're going to say he or she didn't take you serious. So, or whatever the case may be. If you have not built your stock up to where people are really genuinely invested in that matchup, getting a top tier name isn't always the best for an up and coming battler. People always think that that's the thing. Like, let me get him these views. Let me book him against said name, and he's going to get that's not always going to work. So they had a vision to put a card together with all the young guys with some really great matchups, and you got Just for Business too. April 18th, shout out to Doc Rowe, Coleman, yourself, everybody involved with that, right?
I am not involved. I'm just a fan, but shout out to
listen, when I say you were involved with that, for me, I'm not saying behind the scenes financially, but you were involved in conversations about matchups and getting certain things that you think that your fan base would like to see. I know that
I'm gonna say the only thing I was involved in, I'm gonna say the face-offs. Doc was gracious enough to let me do the face-offs, helping with promo. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
This is Doc's baby. This is the Riot, Just Business, and Salute Money Club. I want to give them their full credit. I'm a
for sure
supporter of all those people. That's you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Y'all family, no question. But I can't take no credit. Y'all put this thing together, and it's
for sure.
It's marvelous.
And I respect the modesty. I respect the modesty. You know, shout out to the whole team and everybody, you know. So now we get a card like this for Just Business 2, and it's coming out April 18th, right? And it's a shot for all the young cats. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, this is Doc's baby. This is not something that now behind the scenes we have conversations, things come across the desk. Once the Riot stamp and brand gets tagged to certain things, there are certain conversations that go on behind the scenes about how we would like to see the product presented. Again, tagging you in with face-offs, knowledge with face-offs, certain things like that. Because a lot of times people forget how important promo and marketing really is.
100%.
I think that right now we're in a space that people think that just the Twitter back and forth, the internet back and forth, tweeting back and forth and things like that is all. And it's like, no, there's more to it than that, guys. Like, you know what I mean? And it's up to the leagues too, because that's also needs to be, and that's, again, it's a deeper conversation with that, right? Now you're saying, hey, I'm going to pay you X amount of dollars or whatever you guys discuss is your business. Are they showing up just to battle? Is there face-offs included? Is there obligations that you need them to meet? Because if I'm an artist and you're just telling me, hey, I'm going to give you X amount of dollars, I need you to show up and give me 3 rounds, this amount of time per round. That's it. Okay, I'm going to show up. I'm going to come rap. I'm going to do my thing.
And then, yeah.
Now, how successful that's going to be for you and your personal brand, that's up to you.
That's a whole different conversation.
You know what I mean? So it goes hand in hand, 50-50, right?
I agree.
To me, matchups really always boil down to what the fans want to see, where the engagement's going to be at, what the team collectively thinks the most makes sense.
Great answer. You mentioned battle rap relationship with the fans. I want to speak to that. You know, there's a culture that's building of battle rappers using the word fan like it's a bad thing. We're here for the fans. What we do is my platform is completely dedicated to the fans. Essentially, the fans are buying into everything that's being curated. You know what I'm saying? So what do you think of the relationship between battle rappers and their fans? There are some battlers, Salute the Jazz, especially, I seen her tweet this, who support the fans and who love the fans and who you know understand that that's who we're all here to cater to. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we all started as anyway. We all started as fans. So what do you think of the relationship between battle rappers and fans?
Again, I said it earlier. To me, the fans are the most important because without their support, none of us are here. Right. Yes, battlers are important because if they're not showing up to rap, we have nothing to watch. Yes, the league owners and everybody else are important behind the scenes, the sponsors, the people who came in and invested and just wanted to just, to help out and contribute in any way they could because they were genuinely a fan.
Yeah, bingo. That's where it all starts.
So it's just like there is none of this without a fan. We're all a fan of the art, the culture of a certain battle rapper or a group of battle rappers. We're a fan of it all. So there is. Now, I will say this. I understand that sometimes people don't have thick skin.
Okay.
This is the internet. The internet is undefeated.
Facts.
People are going to say whatever they want to say, bro.
Facts.
Period. Point blank. You can throw the best event. You can have the worst event. You're going to have people that support you through your good times and your bad times. You're going to have people that talk shit during your good times and drag you through the floor if you give them anything during your bad times, right? So it is what it is, man. Fans get out of line sometimes. It's the internet. Trolls get out of line all the time on the internet.
Yeah.
But in this culture, we've also given fans a voice in places that they should not have one.
Ooh, it's getting spicy. What do you mean by that?
As a fan, if I pay for a product and I don't receive said product, I have every right to say whatever I want to say because I'm a consumer and I get to leave a review on anything I purchase if I say fucking choose.
Yes.
And whether I like it or not, as a business owner, it is my job to make sure that my consumer that buys my product gets exactly what I said they're going to have. And if anything happens along the way, shipping, handling, I don't care whose problem it is, UPS, the post office, it could have snowed. It does not matter. The government, tariffs, blockage, it does not matter. I have to adjust to make sure my consumer's happy between me and said consumer. But now, outside of that, as just a fan who's not buying nothing, who's out here promoting bootlegging, piracy, and stealing from your fellow black man and black woman who's providing a product, whether you like it or not, based off of your bad experience with somebody else's shit, not even mine, right? I can be a brand new league who's trying to finally put something together and I'm providing it somehow on YouTube, or I'm paying Rap Grid, and because the last 5 leagues dicked you over, now you want to bootleg my shit. You know what I mean? So when I say there's certain spaces fans should not have a voice in, is in the business. In the spaces discussing who's doing what, where, why, how, who's responsible for whose money, who got paid, who did it. But all of that happens also because people talk too much. Me and Show Off just had this conversation as brethren behind the scenes building yesterday at T-Top's event. I come from an era where just because you are or may be right or have a point doesn't mean it needs to be said. Just because you're upset or in your feelings and emotional about how somebody got you feeling today doesn't mean you need to get on your line with somebody and drag them through the ground. Especially people you do business with or people who are supposed to be your peers, right? Like this comes down to man shit, man code, right? Being an adult, not a little ass child. Like I'm pushing 40 years old, I'm 38.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff that happens behind the scenes in the culture makes its way to the internet and to the Twitter spaces with people who were once fans and now have a little voice, whether it's in the Twitter spaces or anywhere that they've created a voice for themselves on the internet. And shout out to every single one of them. Yeah. Whether you're positive, negative, I don't care.
Yeah.
Do your thing, get your money, black man, black sister, handle your shit.
Yeah.
But it also has rules and consequences. We're all adults, right? You're going to have an opinion that's going to rub somebody wrong. Now you got to stand on that because you spoke it out your mouth. And just because it needed to be said doesn't necessarily mean you should have said it. Or watch how you say things, because we all can have the same opinion, but the way you're saying something may come across a certain way to somebody, and you can't tell somebody how to feel behind something you said.
Ooh. Hey, you said a lot. You said a lot. Okay. Next question I have for you, and you mentioned this in one of your tweets, battle rappers branding themselves. How do you feel about that? What advice do you have for battlers? There's a lot of battlers that don't brand themselves. They just exist. They just going from battle to battle existing. They don't have a brand. They don't have merch. They don't have a centralized place where their fans can meet and discuss their battles. It's just living life and jumping from battle to battle. No
and if
plan.
that works for you, because you're out here living this shit as a hobby and you just playing around, kudos to you. Because we need card filler.
Okay, you're right. You're right. God, Lee. All right, let me go to my next question. Okay,
Frank, like we're all grown.
Yeah.
Even the young guys and the young women. You're an adult. You were not children. What is your message you're trying to give to the people? Why are you out here today?
Yeah.
What if life is short?
Yeah.
You die tomorrow. What am I supposed to get from your legacy that I'm getting on camera when all I got left of these battles? Long live my brother Billy Boondocks.
Long live Billy Boone.
Right?
Big Western. Salute Billy.
Big Western. There's a legacy there regardless
because he built
of
a
how
brand.
Anybody wants to cut it.
Facts.
Had the potential to be the best in the world. Was to me personally. Because I've seen that man do and create in ways I've never seen the best do it. And I've been behind the scenes and seen the best prep, last minute, on the spot. And and can't even fathom how they do this. I'm upset and stressed out because I hope you can get through this up here because you know what I'm saying? And some of them can do it, some of them can't. I've seen it all in this business, right? But these artists are also human beings.
Fact.
Things happen.
Facts.
They have real life. There's tragedy that takes place. Accidents on the road. See, when I hear a lot of people talking about no shows and cancellations, it's 50-50 for me. Because behind the scenes, I've seen so much. If you're not traveling, if you're not really outside moving 10 years plus in this business, behind the scenes, the knowledges of the world, the Uncle Roz of the world, all of the battlers who are really boots on the ground, there's situations where I can really understand somebody having a no-show. But then the other 50% of me, as a fan, ain't trying to hear none of that bullshit. Because I spent my money and I didn't get whatever the hell it was I paid for. Somewhere in that conversation, Frank, everybody needs to give each other some grace here.
Fact.
If we want this culture to thrive and succeed, we got to stop crying about the bad stuff. And we also have to take accountability where the people need to take accountability for the bad stuff.
Agreed.
The bad product.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear you complaining, oh, everybody's covering T-Top's event, but nobody's talking about these other leagues that had all these battles going on that were supposed to be good and supposed to be that. Well, why the fuck didn't you pay for your marketing and have Uncle Ron knowledge out there? You think they're supposed to show up to your league that nobody really knows about with these matchups that no matter how good they are on paper, no matter how important they are for these up-and-comers, legacies, and all that, if it ain't going to make financial sense for Uncle Ron and Knowledge, the two biggest media conglomerates in this shit, to show up and film and get content, they're not coming. Newsflash.
Okay. All right.
Holla at me if you want coverage at your event. I'll make sure Knowledge there.
Okay.
And he gonna cover it like it's a URL RBE TBL event. Knowledge outside, boots on the ground. Gonna give you the best coverage. Pay him for it.
Okay. Damn. This next question I have for you. Take your time with this one. Are there too many battle rap leagues?
Yes.
Do we need to get rid of some of them?
No.
So What's the solution?
We got to learn how to. The leagues that are established have to learn to maneuver the way they've been maneuvering and try to find the best gaps. This is a business. We only got X amount of quarters in a year, bro.
Okay.
It's only 12 months.
Hmm.
I wish that the reason why I said we don't need to get rid of those leagues, because one, they're already here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to hate on nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Do your thing.
Mm-hmm.
I hope it works for you. But I'm also a realist. Most of these they don't mean nothing.
Damn.
They don't, unfortunately, because they have not built their brands to mean something. If I were to ask you right now, Frank, what brands right now actively mean something, there's only going to be about 3 to 5.
Yeah. What are the 3 to 5 for you to mean something?
URL means something.
Mm-hmm.
RBE means something.
Mm-hmm.
You already know. I'm going to say when the Riot steps out, it means something.
Mm-hmm.
Respectfully, when Bullpen was outside, they meant something.
Mm-hmm.
Hate them or love them, easy in the trenches, it means something over there.
Mm-hmm.
We all know TBL, they've been out 2 years, 3 years max.
Mm-hmm.
They mean something. When they drop a flyer, when they drop an announcement,
Shakes up the culture.
it's shaking shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's 6. And this is no disrespect to undermine and say these other leagues don't mean nothing. Because Dre Dennis and the Gates of the Gardens, we go hard, she go. They mean something to their demographics.
Mm-hmm.
They put in the fucking work.
Okay, but we're talking global, I guess, right? We talking
global, big shit. Like that's why I said it's no disrespect to anybody.
Can I give you some pushback? Where we at with OSBL, TOS?
Again, OSBL matters in the DMV for sure.
But not.
I'm not going to say globally, but I mean, and this is no disrespect to Kels, because I love Kels. And again, this isn't a conversation to undermine the leagues but they're not the top 5.
But a lot of their talent makes their way to the URL.
But what they do means something. Kels and them built a movement in the DMV that shakes shit when they move. So it means something.
Yeah.
But to the global fan base of battle rap, even us, the Riot, if we book certain talent, we ain't maneuvering nothing. We not.
Okay. This leads me to my next question. iBattle. I want to give you the chance to clarify, because I believe you had the thoughts about iBattle app versus URL app. I want to give you the floor. It got misinterpreted, I believe.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So the floor is yours. You can explain what you meant. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to misquote you or nothing.
We were on a live at Volume 12. The fans are in the chat, and they're, we're entertaining the chat. The conversation was coming up about the fans arguing and being upset about the app. And I'm talking the URL's app. The fans are going back and forth. Some were app members, some were not. We're on the Hip Hop is Real live stream at this time, okay? And we got people in the chat saying that they app gang, and some people saying I'm never getting the fucking app. I'm not paying $8, $9. People just, and they're going back and forth. And a comment came through that mentioned iBattle and said, hey, iBattle has an app, and it's $24.99 or whatever the price is.
Fact.
Now, me respectfully, I know they had an app, but I'm not a purchaser of their app at iBattle. I've never downloaded it and tried to watch. And that's no disrespect to them or nothing. I just haven't. And that's the truth. So I didn't know it was $24.99. So on the live, we got on the phone and we went to the app store and we pulled it up and it says $24.99. And the fans said, why is nobody complaining about iBattle and $24.99? But you guys are kicking URL's teeth down their throat about $7.99 or $8.99. And again, and I say this with all due respect, it's okay to have a target market in business.
Okay.
I don't know iBattle's analytics. So anything that I'm going to say here or that I said there is just my assumption. Okay. And it is with, like I said, all due respect. I am going to state in my mind when I look at iBattle that they have a certain target market. that is of the lighter hue than us. We are not going to sit here and act like battle rap does not have different fans. KOTD has a strong international fan base. Do they have a state presence? Yes. But their target market is safe to say is more international based.
Okay.
All I said was, and repeated the comment that the fan made in the chat, why are we complaining as far as black people and black fans of URL TV in this target market? Why are we complaining about paying $8.99, yet a smaller league who's giving awesome product to their fan base, because they're obviously engaged, they're obviously paying, there's obviously no complaints here. So what was the difference? Is the difference in the target market? And it came across as if we were saying it's because they have a white fan base. However you want to take that statement, I'm sorry, this is business. I'm just looking at analytics, and you're not going to make me shy away from what I feel about having a target market.
Okay, can I give you a little bit of pushback?
Go ahead.
So I am a supporter of the iBattle app functionally, and we're gonna keep it no emotions or anything. We're just gonna keep it on the facts. Functionally, it is a better app than the URL app in functionality. Okay. Now, there's certain, there's so many different facets of the functional part of the iBattle app. The volume of battles that drop on the iBattle app are vast. They do events like 3-4 a month, sometimes, like crazy volume, playback quality. You can exit the app and come back to the battle, and it'll still be on the battle you were watching. You don't have to reset. What else? I can say that the roster of iBattle is very diverse. You've got black, white, you name it. Yes. Every color, every race, you name it. What I think is the biggest difference between iBattle app and URL app and the support of those apps, I don't think it's a black and white thing. I think it's because iBattle has figured out how to target the younger audience. That has more spending capital. And, where URL has still appeals to its core fan base, and it's very vast. It's the NBA. We're not making no mistake about that. URL is the NBA. It's got a huge pool of supporters. But iBattle has learned how to target younger
whatever audience. Their market is.
And that market, they've learned how to really reap the benefits financially of having
what? It's nothing but salute and major props to them for that.
And
the comment came in through Hip Hop is Real's chat, and we regurgitated what they said, bro. And you feel me? Now listen, again, it was never a knock to them. To me, it was actually a shout out. Whether people really wanted to pay attention to what was really being said, because I'm at the end of the day, is hey, y'all complaining about this, but there's obviously people out there that are creating product somewhere. That is 3 times. This price, and there's no complaints over there. So if this ain't the product for you, maybe you should shift over there and see what they got going on.
100.
And that was all the conversation was.
I hope that people support both. They're both great platforms that deliver great battles. I have to ask you, will we ever get a Riot app?
So my brother KP has been in that tech space for a while. He's actually, and see, there's a lot that I can't say when it comes to that, just because IP protections and stuff like that.
Of course.
But it's more so not just because, I mean, bro, you can throw up an app. Anybody, like in this day and age with the different AI tools and the different things that are out here to help people really create and move around, you can have an app up in minutes. You know what I mean? Like you said, whatever they've been working on to make their functionality the way it is for them, and however the business model makes sense for them, great. The Riot necessarily having an app right now, there's other things that my brother KP is working on a larger scale than just the Riot having an app.
Got it.
He's creating and I'll say this, he's trying to create an infrastructure that protects all of battle rap. In regards to leagues, the artists, getting real-time analytics when it comes to bookings, holding people accountable for no shows, leagues actually coming together and working to the best of our ability to not step on each other's toes.
I love that.
And oversaturate this, right? So the things that he's working on in the tech space for the Riot is just something a little more close to home for him and important. That's not necessarily just an app. The Riot could have an app out any given week if he wanted to. KP is a really, really, really tech savvy individual. But like I said, his goals is something larger for battle rap right now at the moment.
I love that. I love that. The next question I have for you, do you think all battles should be judged?
No.
Why not?
It takes away from the core essence of what this is.
The opinion-based sport.
This is barbershop talk.
Yeah.
I don't like, and I'm going to be honest, I don't like judge battles. I'm not. And they have a place if they're going to be done right.
Okay.
Judge battles to me are hardly ever done correctly. Because again, the essence of this is opinionated. Okay. There's an integrity level that I don't care, even the most honorable artist in the culture has a bias. Because they also are a participant of the art. So it's hard for me to actually see where people are giving their 100% unfiltered, unbiased opinion in a judge situation. Especially when there's money on the floor. That's another thing. When there's money involved, there needs to be rules here that are in place before we even step up here. I don't think there should be a time limit on money on the floor battles that is outside of like the regular scheduled battle time limits that we all go, that is universal. 2:30, 3:30 max. If there's money on the floor, we ain't timing nothing until we hit that 3-minute mark. You hit that 3-minute mark, you got a 30-second grace. Wrap it up.
Okay.
But all that minute, 32 minutes, time on the clock, time, and niggas in the middle of their schemes, and there's fucking money on the floor. Me as a fan, I don't like that.
Understood. All right. I seen DNA have some things to say about the state of battle rap.
Shout out to DNA.
Shout out to DNA, a legend, no question. What were your thoughts on him saying that battle rap is over?
It's not just DNA. As a fan and somebody that's behind the scenes and who works hard to try to just keep adding to this beautiful culture that we all love so much, it hurts my feelings when my goats say that the business that they inspired me to get into isn't working. Publicly. Not to say that their sentiments are wrong, but their words carry so much weight. I'm old school. This is a family. We keep our dirt inside. We don't air the laundry out for the neighbors to see.
Yeah.
Call your homies up and tell them how you feel about their events and what they're doing, and be genuine. Because fans are being overcharged and shit's being underdelivered physically and, streaming wise, right? The physical fan that's in the building and the people that are buying pay-per-views. So it hurts my feelings when they say it's dead, bro. Because I know they have the power to breathe life back into this. They have, their voice matters so much that somebody like yourself who could be on the outside looking in, ready to take a chance on an iBattle in their app, or take a chance on the Riot in an event, or take a chance on this up-and-coming league to help push these guys in their local city. They're ready to come in and help out, but they just seen that DNA tweet.
And now they're rethinking it.
And now they're like, well, damn, if the GOAT say,
yeah.
And it's not just what you're saying, again, it's how they're saying it. It's coming off harsh. Like, this shit dead. It ain't no money out here. And I know DNA knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Because DNA has contributed a lot
100%
to this culture.
100%.
Okay?
100%.
Behind the scenes, in front of the camera as an artist, blood, sweat, tears, traveling, giving other artists looks, putting money in people's pocket. So if anybody has a right to say what the state of the culture is right now in their honest opinion, it's DNA.
That's real.
But it hurts my heart when he says it's dead publicly. Don't, because you got so many people that are trying to keep it alive, DNA. I need your help behind the scenes. Just like people call me and be like, yo, Rome, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? DNA, I'd love to have your number as a brother in this culture to be like, hey, DNA, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? Do you think this is innovative? What are some ideas? You know, and guess what, DNA? I'm not too shy to say it. You want a consulting fee? Shit, let me know what the fee is. If it's too much for me, then fuck it, I can't do it. But offer your services and help. We still need you. But like I told him today on Twitter, because he was asking people on Twitter today, oh, when I was there and I was contributing, were people not acting like I didn't matter and people not, you know, discrediting what I was doing and not being appreciative? And I told him, yes, they were. They were being unappreciative. And I know this shit probably feels like an abusive relationship. And I get that you have to step away for your own personal sanity and peace as a man and as a human being and as an artist. But that doesn't change the sentiments from your supporters who still say your support is needed. I mean, and your influence is needed.
That's so real. That's very real. That's very breaking away from these very intense questions. I need your top 5 West Coast battlers of all time, brother. Take your time.
I don't need to take my time on that, man. It's been Western activities. You got to go Diz, got to go Geechi, got to go Danny Myers, got to go Rum Nitty. And I don't care what nobody says. This is my top 5. It's not law. I'm not saying this shit needs to be etched in fucking stone. So don't get on my Twitter and start coming at me about my 5th pick. But my 5th pick is going to be my brother Cali Smooth. Period, point blank. Okay. If you're not familiar, go understand what his history and his contributions to the West mean. And this culture.
Through events, won the Bags and Bodies competition.
He's beat
very high impact.
Everybody I just named before him, he's beat, by the way.
Well, all right. Big salute to Cali.
No, these are facts.
No, big salute to Cali.
Those artists will tell you that.
Rum
Nitty will tell you. And I don't care if it was 14 years ago, 12 years ago. We still give Math and Sirius Jones and Mook and Lux and all them their praise for what they did 20 years ago. Because the impact mattered. Smooth's impact for the West mattered. And you're not going to erase it from people like myself who witnessed it.
I love that, man. You stand on business. I respect that. My last question to you, well, it's a question and also a request. So could you tell the people how Geechi is doing? Obviously, it's free Geechi, and we want you to convey to him that the culture loves him, supports him, and we hope and wish him well. But is there anything that you could tell us about how he's doing?
You know what? We collectively, it's funny you just asked me that. Me and my boy Fred, shout out to M3S3. We was just in North Carolina yesterday at T-Top's event, and we were discussing how we're going to answer these questions. And the sentiment that we have behind that is no comment, right? Really. And that's just because this shit's real life. This shit's serious.
Fact.
But because I respect you and the fans, and I know Gotti has genuine, real love and supporters in this culture.
100%.
I'll speak to them. From my understandings, because I have not spoke to Gotti directly. I speak to Li every other day. Knowledge was just on the phone with him. You know, we're out here working on getting all his music out. So I'm on the phone with his cousin, DJ Just 100. Gotti's okay. Man's a grown man. He knows what he's got going on. As a human being, I'll say this. I'm pretty sure nobody can kick him in his ass harder than he's kicking himself in the ass. That man is a father above anything else. He's a husband. He's a brother. We all come from the same shit. I don't care what nobody want to say. We're not going to act like anybody is above the struggle is above making a bad decision, a bad choice, being at the wrong place at the wrong time. There's so many different things that has a lot of our brothers and sisters and uncles behind the wall. If it was you and your loved ones, I'm sure you'd want a little more grace. But understand the brother's good. Everybody that I spoke to that has spoke to him, they laugh, and you know it's a joke behind the scenes with us that this nigga acting like he's just at home, like he regular. It's Gotti, man. Gotti's Gotti. He's good, bro. You know what I'm saying? The one thing that I will ask, everything Geechi Gotti related, his real supporters, his real fans, support it. Stream his music. They drop in. We're trying to drop weekly. He just dropped a record a couple weeks ago, and I believe we just dropped one this last Friday. Okay, you got people like Doc Rowe, who is a supporter of Gotti and who was doing some business with Gotti. They have a wonderful event that's taking place April 18th in Columbus, Ohio. Doc and his team and everybody over there is making sure that all the pre-sale proceeds go to make sure Gotti's family is being held down and everything's okay, to help out where he can. It's a choice that he's making as a man, as a friend, right? Because we all know when Gotti was out and Gotti was home, Gotti has been one of the biggest contributors to making sure we show y'all what this black independence in battle rap really looks like. If we're really going to talk, and I'm going to talk heavy for just a split second, because me and Fred were just talking about this yesterday, so I'm going to say it publicly. Before Gotti really threw his co-owner and CEO hat on with this Riot shit and really got to moving around, there was no real black independence as far as these artists are concerned. Everybody was locked in contracts. The culture was looking funny. It was caffeine era. People were begging and trying and pleading and fighting and arguing and falling out all over the place about trying to be free and doing this and trying to do that. We've been out here independent, moving and showing y'all what it looks like for a while. 95% of Riot events have no outside sponsorship. We are the sponsorship. We've been getting it out the street and getting out the mud for 13 years. We don't ask for handouts. We will accept the help whenever it comes, wherever it comes from, because we're not stupid. We're businessmen. I love to play with somebody else's money. Support what he has going on. Because when he was out here, he showed y'all what it looked like to be moving with the merch, to be moving with your unit as a team, city to city, throwing parties, throwing events, doing hostings, going to the strip club, playing his music outside, really doing the flex freestyles and on everywhere he could, mixing and mingling everywhere we go, rubbing elbows. That's where we talk about branding again. Brand yourself, become an artist, not just a battle rapper. So, man, free my brother, bro, because this all gas, no breaks till he get home and after. You understand? It's always going to be big Riot shit. This is what KP created. I'm just a general manager, bro. I love my brothers. They tagged me in during the pandemic when I was depressed, down bad, lost my corporate job, didn't know how the fuck I was going to feed my family. They said, hey, bro, it's time to come home. It's time to come put in the work. So guess what? Boots on the ground. Free my brother. Hit the website. Donate if you feel like it. If you don't, y'all know the fucking slogan, man. No air for busters, Frank. Period. Long live Billy Boondocks, man. I love the culture. Y'all know what this is, Frank.
Hey, Rome, this was fantastic. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your contribution to the culture. I appreciate you doing this. Free Geechi Gotti always. Long live Billy Boondocks. Salute Big Western.
That's it.
We gonna give your son a quick moment.
Okay. Little man, come here.
Come on, young king. The floor is yours.
Come on, man. Real quick. All right. So he came out with me to Volume 12. Volume 12 was his first event.
What's up?
He fell in love with the culture instantly, hands down. Chef Trez and them threw him in a battle. He became part of a rebuttal.
Oh, that was him in the Trez and Eunice battle?
Yes, that was him.
Hey, you a star, young man.
When Chef said, little man, cover your ears, it was this guy, right? Mind you, while all that's going on, I'm on that same live on Hip Hop Is Real stream having that iBattle conversation with the fans, right?
Crazy.
They come back in there, everybody going crazy. I'm like, what the hell happened? They're like, yo, your son this, your son that. Mind you, I just let him go with knowledge and dead ass. He ain't been out my sight 30 minutes. The first time he's out my sight, you guys are letting him get involved in battles and become part of rebuttal. So I'm like, yo, what the hell happened? So
That's
either
amazing.
way, he jumped on the stream. He likes it. We did our first blog the other day. We didn't want to get a quarter laugh strike. So URL, all you leagues, direct, let me know what I gotta do to get whitelisted, because Lil Man likes to react. We watched the battle. We watched, what was it? Cortez and Fonz. Because we couldn't.
Cortez won that one.
See? He said Cortez won that. Hold on. What'd you say? Don't tell me. Tell the fans.
One and three, Cortez won, but number 2 was kind of hard because Fonz was dropping some good beats.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
Okay, we wanted to start doing reactions, but the first one we watched was Cortez and Fonz. I didn't want to get a strike, so what we did was we watched the battle, we took our notes round for round, wrote the punches and the bars that we like personally, because again, like I said, it's barbershop talk. It's opinionated. Yeah, see, he liked the Medea lines, the one shot. You see what I'm saying, Frank? He's already. So
he's tuned in. He's tapped in.
If y'all can do us a favor, Press Play TV Network is the YouTube channel we just created for him. We got the Say It Again show, which we'll be doing. Say it again. We'll be doing reactions, and if we can't do live reactions until we get whitelisted, we'll watch the battles. We'll give our, and then we'll come back and give our recap.
Tell him my nickname.
You tell him. What's your nickname?
Hey, what's your nickname, big man?
Kai Rizzy.
Kai Rizzy. His name is
Kai
Cairo,
Rizzy.
but he's letting them call him Kai Rizzy.
Okay, Kai Rizzy, big salute. Appreciate
All right,
you.
man. Get ready to go live. He's on spring break. It's Sunday.
Rome,
Happy
happy Easter, brother. I appreciate
you know, that's all it's about, man. Pushing the culture forward, man, and just, bro, I'm outside, yo. It is what it is. Frank, this is my first interview in public outside with any platform. I'm normally behind the scenes doing my little 1-2s. Only you could get me on the line to really, and maybe Debo. I love Debo. Debo's my guy. Debo could probably call me and get me to come pop my shit too. But outside that, only you.
Appreciate you.
Thank you. My pleasure, Frank. It's been an honor. And again, love everybody. And that's it.
We out of here. God bless.
Peace, man.